Are you looking for a traditional, quick, no-fuss, no-bake candy to impress your family and friends? How about one that's exotic and heavenly? Look no further. It's the classic marzipan, known in many countries outside of the United States as the Christmas candy, and used in all sorts of holiday baking. While marzipan is a favorite this time of year, it is eaten year-round. You may know marzipan by another name, almond paste, but they really aren't the same. Marzipan is a traditional European and Middle Eastern candy. Its base mixture is ground almonds, powdered sugar, and a liquid like egg white, corn syrup, or water. It usually has an additional flavoring of almond extract and rose water. Almond paste also has ground almonds and sugar. The difference is that marzipan is sweeter and smoother, making it moldable for shaping into candies and fondant for cakes. The marzipan's smooth, moldable texture comes from the egg white addition. Almond paste is preferred in baked goods, while marzipan can stand on its own and is more versatile. Welcome to Summer Bakes the World. We're here making traditional breads and dishes from all over the world, providing history and lots of tips. Today, we're making a quick and easy traditional marzipan to be used as either a candy or ingredient in baked goods, specifically the German Stollen that I will be baking with this marzipan. The recipe I'm using is one I like and can be modified if you are unable to eat raw eggs. You can find additional information on marzipan and the recipe in the links found in the description below this video. So let's go! For this recipe, you'll need ground blanched almond flour, not almond meal, as almond meal has the almond skins included, powdered sugar, almond extract, rose water, and egg white. So few ingredients and so little preparation. All you need is a food processor, a spatula, and a small kneading work surface. So the first step is to add 1.5 cups of almond flour to our food processor. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of our powdered sugar to the same food processor. Okay, then all we have to do is pulse it up. We're going to pulse until combined and all lumps are broken up. You can blanch, grind your own almonds if you choose. Just make sure your almonds are ground very finely to get that smooth texture. So we're going to add 2 teaspoons of almond extract. That's 1, that's 2. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of rose water. This is food grade rose water. Now, I have bought rose water in my local Middle Eastern and Asian grocery markets and online. If you can't find rose water or you don't want to purchase rose water, you can do without. I love the additional flavor rose water adds, and it is traditional, so I use it. If you don't have it, just substitute with water or corn syrup. So we're just going to pulse to combine all the ingredients. If you can tell, it's still pretty dry, so we need to add a liquid to this. So we're going to add an egg white. If you don't want to use egg white, you can use 3 tablespoons of corn syrup. I've actually just used water and it turned out wonderfully with just water without the egg white. But we're going to add egg white today because that's what the recipe calls for. And remember, you do need to separate that egg white from the yolk. So I just like to rock my egg yolk back and forth to get all the egg white off. As you can see, just all yolk left. So we're just going to add our egg white to the flour mixture here. And pulse until combined. If the mass is still too wet and sticky, add more powdered sugar and ground almonds. Keep in mind that it will firm up after it's been refrigerated. So let's take a look. We just put the bare minimum ingredients that the recipe called for. And actually this is a good texture, so we don't need to add anything else to it since it will firm up once it's cooled. Okay, so pretty much the last step here is to scoop out this marzipan onto a surface, and no flour needed here. Okay, we're just gonna knead this just a few times. This is a small dough here, so you don't need to do much with it. All the kneading is just to get it to a nice shape. It's important to let this marzipan rest, otherwise the mixture will be too warm and it can fall apart as you work it. And it is still pretty sticky, so you do want to let it rest a bit. I'll put it in a nice little roll. Okay, so we're gonna tightly wrap this marzipan in a plastic wrap, like so. I just put it in a little log. So we're gonna wrap it up well. And then we're going to stick it into the refrigerator for 1 hour. That'll give it time to firm up, which is what you want it to do before you can use it. And once it's nice and firm, you can add food coloring, place it in molds, cover it in chocolate. Remember, this is a candy base, so you can add whatever ingredients you'd like. Nuts, dried fruit. Then eat and enjoy. This marzipan recipe makes 13 to 14 ounces and will keep for at least a month in the refrigerator or up to 6 months in the freezer. Bring it to room temperature before you use it in any recipe. Imagine the possibilities in using this candy base. I prefer it as is. Cut a slice, pop it in your mouth, and dream of far off places. Or dip it into melted chocolate and imagine you're Willy Wonka. So before we go, I feel it's only right if I taste this so that at least I can describe it to you. Now granted, this hasn't been refrigerated, so it's still really soft, but it is what you would imagine. You can taste the almond, you can taste the almond extract, you can taste the rose water, and definitely it's sweet from the powdered sugar. So I really like this. I'm not the biggest fan of almond nuts, but I do very much enjoy marzipan. So give it a shot, you might enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed learning a little about marzipan. If you want to experience the world right now without a lot of effort, then go make a batch. Thanks for watching. You know what to do. Subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications button to learn when I post new videos, and share my videos with your family and friends. Stay tuned for the German Stollen video that uses this marzipan we made today. Until next time, go bake the world.